In the last video, we have looked at how to stabilize a relatively shaky but still acceptable video recording. Then in this video, let's look at one really bad example that I mount my camera on a harness that I bought from LAZADA, and the footage turned out to be really shaky. As I jog, then the camera bounces up and down. Then let's look at the footage and whether we can salvage it and what is the outcome looks like after running through the warp stabilizer. Then after that, I mount my camera on my gimbal and then do a short walk at this place called Woodland Waterfront. Then we'll compare the footage and see whether with recording like that, we still need to run through stabilizer, and if we run through the stabilizer, and how would the result turn out to be comparing to the raw footage that we just record off the camera with gimbal.
Okay, this is how the harness look like. You can get it from LAZADA for a few dollars. It's meant to mount a GoPro actually here when you go for a run or biking, so it will record down your footage for you. However, it's been improvised with a small connector that you can mount a phone or a small camera to it. So what I did is I actually got this quad lock that I mount my phone this way. And then while I jog, I have the first footage recorded, and then after that I took it out and then switched to my camera, which is this Sony ZV-1, and I mount it like that. And there's a small screw below that you can actually screw it in. And then after that, the next footage that you're gonna see is actually recorded in this way. Okay, this is how the iPhone footage looks like. As you can see, it's actually pretty jumpy. The color is okay, just that the angle tilted a bit to the higher side. So it's very jumpy, as you can see. But as I stop from jogging for a while, when I pause to let the car pass, and you can see that it's actually pretty stable. Okay, as soon as I walk, and you can see it start to shake, turn around, left and right, yeah, and up and down. Okay, let's look at the other footage, Sony ZV-1. Let's look at this footage, how it is like. And when I start jogging, as you can see, and it start to wobble even much more. What we are going to do now is to run these two recordings in Adobe Premiere's Warp Stabilizer plugin to see if these two footages can be salvaged at all. I have placed the two recording into this empty Adobe Premiere Pro project file. This IMG_437 that you've seen, this set is actually from the iPhone, which you've seen just now. And the C0192 MP4, these are actually from Sony ZV-1. For both footages, I simply run through this method called position, scale, and rotation, and then followed by the next set, subspace warp for the next set. And then for the third one, I simply allow this stabilize crop, and so that you can see how much is being eaten in. Same for both sets. Let's take a look at the iPhone one. The simple method with this position, scale, and rotation, how it is like. So you can see the edge here, left, and the top is actually wobble a bit. And the footage actually turned out pretty good actually. Just that I doubt the effective area that we can use and how much it is. So as soon as you see that I stop to let the car pass, and the footage actually turned out pretty alright. Even when I pan it across, so it still looks good. Okay, as I continue to jog, then you can see this wobble effect. Okay, let's jump to the next method that we use using this subspace warp. It looks slightly better. Let's jump to the further part and see how it is like. Ooh, so the edge actually eats in. Nah, no good. But I will say that the stabilizing part is pretty alright actually. And then the third one, let's see the effective space when it's being stabilized, crop and auto scale. So it actually eats in a lot, and we can actually use very narrow this space that we can have. I suspect it's because that it due to that just now that fast pan in the park earlier, that it wants to eat into that space. So I don't think I can use this footage at all. So how about the Sony ZV-1 set? Let's take a look at it. The first one, same thing. I run through this position, scale, rotation, stabilize only. So as you can see now, it's the right edge and the bottom edge. I think it actually depends on where your camera position is. So that's how the thing is being calculated. But I don't like the jello effect. As you can see, the edge is being warped too much. Yeah, I don't think I can use this footage at all. Let's see the other method that we use here with this subspace warp method. Is it any better? No, it's not really bad. I don't think it's any better. You can see the jello effect. I really cannot accept this. Okay, how about the crop effective crop area with this stabilize and crop effect? Although the point of view that being cropped in is much better than what we have from the iPhone earlier, but then you can see the jello effect is really too much. Let's say if I decrease the smoothness, and because the way I jog, I don't think I can use this footage at all. So I can simply conclude that this whole set of recording is actually trash. I will probably try to do another recording next time using this Crane M2, which I just got off someone. That will mount our camera here and then maybe do another shoot on the same road and see how it is, but that will be for the next video. For the next part of the video, I actually set up my Sony ZV-1 here mounted on my Zhiyun Weebill S gimbal, and I actually hold it and then record the footage, the whole footage that you're gonna see in this way. As you can see, compare the footages to what I shown you earlier, and this is already very stable, but yet if I don't know whether you can pick up, there's still slight jerk while I take the steps. Maybe when I hold my gimbal, it's still not as stabilized. So let's see if I run this through this warp stabilizer plugin in Adobe Premiere and if it's gonna help at all. So I set it up this way. I just simply throw the footage into this blank new Adobe Premiere project, and then simply have it run through a 20% smoothness with this subspace warp and stabilize and crop. So a quick preview. As you can see, it's already very stable, and the best thing is it actually eats in slightly only at the edge. That is because the footage itself is already very stable. So let me render this and then we'll compare to see how good this versus the raw footage that we actually seen earlier, and side-by-side comparison. Okay, here we have the two footage. The one on top is the raw footage, and the one below is the one that ran through the warp stabilizer. I'm gonna play them both so we can compare. So as you can see, the one below, after I run through this warp stabilizer at 20%, is a lot better actually compared to the one on top. So the way to go is actually to mount your camera, no matter what, stabilize it on a gimbal, and then have it run through a light, maybe 20%, 10%, or even 5% stabilizer plugin in Adobe Premiere, and that will make your footage turn out to be really good. So that's it for now for this video, and hope that you like this comparison. If you like my video, please click like and subscribe to Uncle Teach You channel, and then thank you for watching.